And we're live.
Pretty much live, week 13 or whatever. I'm just going to throw a little link into Facebook while I'm here. Put that on mute. And just throw it on Facebook while I'm here.
Do, boo, boo, do, do, boo, boo.
Right. And there we go. Right, here we are again. Another episode of the madness. I think we done all right last week, so let me check. Share up there. Yep. Last week's results. So, got City right, obviously. Wasn't a hard one. Norwich won that 2-1, yeah. Birmingham 1-1 now. Blackburn. I was saying Blackburn Brentford a draw. I thought it'd be a draw myself, now to be honest. But yeah, that was it. Got Stoke wrong. We went Middlesbrough, didn't we?
It's just sharing the link.
Stoke, but yeah. And Derby won. And the correct score, goal and goal, 5th minute.
That's 2 in a row, Tera.
2 in a row. Yeah. There you go. Fucking staying on. So 7 points.
Hold on, what did I get? Hold on, I want to check what I got.
Check your ones, yeah.
And what's it in the table? How many points have we got altogether?
Don't know what way. See, we've missed so many weeks. It's I don't know. How do you feel?
Position 4,470,000 or something, is it?
Where does it say?
Their position beside your name.
That's a respectable 500,000 down. You know what I mean? Top 500,000.
Inside the top 500,000, yeah.
Respectably, I might add.
Yeah.
So what did
Almost
you
top 15.
I only got 4.
Right.
I did Sheffield Wednesday and Norwich 1-0. Because I checked that one stage at 14 points. So I thought I'd done alright. I just checked it. I finished with 4.
Right. Jesus. Right. We'll have a look at tomorrow's game. So, yeah, this is for tomorrow night, obviously, for anyone that's tuning in. Obviously, United fucking, that bleeding group is hanging in the balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all 9 points.
I think it's, well, PSG are the ones who are kind of sitting handy. All they have to do is just win at home to bleeding.
Yeah, and I think if you get a draw, I think they go through 1 goal difference.
Yeah.
So Leipzig have to beat United. Well, do you think Leipzig beat United?
I think Leipzig beat United.
I don't know. I think United get it done. A draw.
I was going to say 1-0 draw.
Leipzig went to fucking, like, Bayern scraped the draw the weekend against Leipzig.
That's very true.
No, they're a good side. Yeah. That German efficiency, like.
Yeah, and they're at home. It's like it's not going to be an easy game for United by any fucking.
Yeah, you have to take that 5-1 United game out of it. Forget about that, because that was a once-off. Like, Leipzig got a great little side. I don't know, but
I'd say 1-0 draw.
I'd say United get it done with a draw.
Do you reckon?
I think so.
Yeah,
they just
the 3-1 win in the weekend. Papered over. I watched the whole game and they were terrible for 60 minutes. And that ball went out of play and Pogba scored that cracker. Like, it was a cracker.
What happened?
It was fucking a ball went down the line. West Ham had pressed United all the way back, and the ball went and Henderson came out of the goal and he was right at the touchline and he cleared the ball. But the ball went to good 3. You know what I mean? it was a few feet out anyways, like it was out like, and came back into play, landed on Fernandez's foot, and he rolled at the Pogba for him to stick the thing in the top corner. So like, VAR went and checked it, but there was no way for VAR to actually find out what happened. So they just went, we don't know, so it's a goal. Like,
geez, that's not like VAR. Normally they'll spend 10 minutes forensically checking half a scrape of a millimetre, like.
And West Ham had been dogged for the whole game, like, and then within 5 minutes, they were 2-1 down.
Oi.
So I don't know. But United were terrible, and until Fernandez came on, Fernandez made a difference when he came on. He was actually very good.
Are you still in the last man standing, no?
No, she is.
He is.
Week 1, Leicester gone. First week.
Leicester did everyone.
Against
everyone.
At the weekend, I was going United. I was like, United are going to beat West Ham. They're going to fucking beat them. And last second, I changed my mind and went, well, Leicester. And I was watching the game yesterday. And I watched up to about the 80th minute. And I was like, I can't take any more of this. Like, they're not scoring. Like. And I went down the shops and came back. And one of the lads texted me. I was going, oh, you had Leicester, didn't you? Oh, fucking wanker or whatever. Like, I was like, boy, what? Friday, 90th minute. Go on, you little trickster. Through the next round. Stays alive. By a blessing from God or something it was.
Man. I had them in the bet as well, I was telling you about.
Yeah.
The treble. Everyone both teams to score yesterday apart from the Liverpool game. Fucking Arsenal.
Yeah. Problems at Arsenal, isn't it? Anyway,
I said it.
Leipzig United, I don't know, I think probably 1-1, something like that.
1-1, I'd say, yeah.
No, it's yours too, because my boyism will just say Leipzig will beat them. Because
I just think
number one, I don't want. I'd love to see them go out. It'd be great.
Yeah, I think they get it done. Unfortunately,
they just go out the next round. It's alright.
Yeah. No, see, they jam the way out of that group. They'll jam the way to a final and it'll paper over everything they will.
They'll get Barca or someone Dort at the moment. Right,
yeah.
Chelsea crossing the door. Chelsea.
How many do you think Chelsea are going to score?
Well, the only thing I'll say is Chelsea are qualified, so there's a very good possibility that that's a third side.
Yeah, but can they win the group?
Well, they're on 10, Seville, or they're on 13, and Seville are on 10. Their goal difference is 12, and Seville's is -1.
Yeah, so head-to-head, they'll beat it.
Yeah. So, like, the result Chelsea, so they're going to put out a fucking makeshift team, like. Now,
because of that team aren't that bad. They got a result. They were like, I watched the game with Sevilla. I think the first one where they were 2-0 up. Now Sevilla came back in the end. But
yeah, well, just you couldn't. Like, I still think Chelsea win, but you never know. Like, they're gonna take the break. You know what I mean? Of course, yeah.
Yeah, no, you still have to be looking at like 3-0 Chelsea.
You think so?
Yeah.
Only kept it or something to be in goal. That's why. Would you give Krasnodar a go?
No, I don't think they'll probably even get many opportunities.
Right.
Personally. But again, look, if you want to go never against giving a goal, it's going to be thing. So, yeah, if you want to go 3-1, 2-1, 3-1.
3-1, yeah. So you just wouldn't throw a little whopper in there, like a little Krasnodar win?
No.
Oh, excuse me, COVID. Right. The interesting game of the tie, I suppose, the only thing being that both of them are qualified. So, I mean,
Juve 1-0.
Like, I don't
is Ronaldo back? Is Ronaldo playing? Yeah.
Juve can top the group even if they win. They'd have to win like 3 or 4-0, I think, to top the group.
Yeah, but if Ronaldo's playing, he'll score against Barca.
Yeah.
He always does.
Again, it's hard to tell these last games because unless there's something in it like the United match or whatever.
Yeah, well, see, the championship games are a bit easier because they're league games.
Yeah. No, in the Champions League, in the last game of the Champions League, when teams are qualified, it's very hard to know what team they're going to put out and. Well,
it's at the same time. Juventus ain't going to want to get beaten by Barca, and Barca ain't going to want to get beaten by Juventus.
No, but it doesn't matter if Juventus win; they still finish second. Like
0-0 draw.
Jesus. 0-0 draw.
The Italians will just stick the game out.
Or you could
I
have
don't know.
those mad open games because nobody gives a bollocks and they're playing
Exactly.
second string players. Could have a 4-3 or
Oh,
something.
I'd fancy Juventus, don't know about you, Red.
Well, I did Juve 1-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
All right. Juve 1-0 it is. Right, into the more quantifiable but completely more unpredictable championship.
That's a foxy game.
Swansea Bournemouth.
That's a foxy game. Bournemouth is starting to hit a little bleeding run though. They haven't been doing like they haven't gone off at all, but
I mean, it's a point in it at the top. Bournemouth are a point off the top and Swansea are a point behind them.
You still had to go Bournemouth, though, wouldn't you?
yeah. Bournemouth had some. Who was it last Friday? Reading, was it?
Yeah, they won 4-0, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. Reading and Forest were on Saturday morning because I had that as well. Bournemouth and someone, yeah, they won 4-0, yeah.
You say Bournemouth beat. Who they beat?
I think Swansea will score though.
Yeah, that is like it's gonna be like a 2-1, 3-2 sort of effort.
We beat Barnsley 4-0, then we're beat by Preston, then drew with Rotherham, then beat Forest.
Who's that? Swansea?
Nah, that was Bournemouth. Swansea beat Luton, were beaten by Middlesbrough, beat Forest, drew with Wednesday. They're all kind of mixed bag. It's the way the championship goes, isn't it?
Yeah, I got Bournemouth 2-1.
Yeah, so this is the form goes out the window. This is just on the day.
Yeah.
But I think Bournemouth are better football side than Swansea.
I definitely lean. I think Bournemouth go back up this year. Bournemouth, Norwich. So, yeah, we'd lean towards Bournemouth. What are you saying, 2-1 maybe?
3-2?
3-2, yeah, sounds nice.
Lots of goals, so I'll be 0-0 or 1-0 or something.
Absolutely. Watch me stick on Tony Cott, you'll be doing the game, be like, fuck.
Yeah, straight away.
Watford, Rotherham.
Watford are all over the shop.
Yeah, it's hard to call. They're only 3 points out the top or 4 points out the top.
Every single week for the last 3 weeks going, and they've let me down on every single one. So they're not away they're getting a fucking wins.
And what you're saying is Troy Deeney's going to be on TalkSport tomorrow whinging that every time you bet them they lose, yeah? And it's a conspiracy.
He's whinging about everything else, isn't he?
Fucking hell, he's never short of a wins, that fella. Right, I'd go Watford, obviously, to win.
Yeah.
3-0 maybe, something like that.
I'd give Rotherham a go.
Yeah, I was going to say 2-1, 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you? Why?
What?
Why?
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 Why give them a go?
Why would you give them a go?
Well, because as Coach saying, Watford are a bit haphazard, and Rotherham can like.
Well, I tell you, they wouldn't be any better if they had Hazard. He's fucking brutal at the moment as well.
Yeah, unless he had Morgan.
Oi, we got what? 3-1, 2-1, 3. Who what?
Well, yeah, Rotherham have picked up like a few little weird results. Like,
let me see.
I mean, they're decent enough side, but they'll be the point takers.
Right,
I mean,
so
they've
been beat by
they'll
Coventry
be
3-1, beat by Brentford 2-0, drew 2-all with Bournemouth, beat 3-2
yeah, that was
by
the one.
QPR, beat 1-0
That was the
with
result. I
Swansea,
know.
and then
With
beat
the
Preston
Bournemouth.
2-1.
I go 3-1. I'd give them a goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
so you get goals against the better teams.
And Watford are all over the place.
And then you've Millwall and QPR.
Fucking shite game. What a shite game.
Could you not just burn that game?
Well, it's a London derby.
Can I ask you something, right? Red, did you hear about this? The Millwall at the weekend.
Yeah.
So the fans back in the stadium.
Yeah.
And they go to take the knee, and the fans start booing.
Yeah.
And there's uproar over it.
Well, there's actually there's again Sky Sports are doing that bit to kind of fucking fan flames of where they shouldn't be. I mean, a lot of people. In fairness, like when you look at the feedback of it.
Yeah, the majority of people were like, you have got away with it for months on end with no fans to fucking have their say, and now fans are saying, we don't.
But it's the narrative the way they're pushing to say that they're booing anti-racist, and it's like it's not. It's like get fucking politics out of football. Get it out. Just get it out. Like the fans have spoken. If you put it to the fans and done it as a fucking like, all right, we put it on to where he's going to coagulate the votes, it would be overwhelming. It would be overwhelming to say, just stop it. We all know Black Lives Matter, and again, because the Sky Sports are kind of separating themselves. They're separating themselves from the whole Marxist political ideology side of BLM, but they're still stuck together, and people are against that side. So they're not going to play along because they agree with that part of it, but they don't agree with this. And since you aren't acknowledging this,
well, like they'll do a minute or they do the silence at the start for against racism, but then they keep flashing up Black Lives Matter, and that's when you're
everywhere.
But so they leave half an hour, 40-minute segments and stuff. But we're being forced at it, and it's like as I the point I made at the very start of all this was like. This is what we do on our day-to-day, is that we're looking at the news, we're reading stuff, we're on it, you know what I mean? Like, football is the break from that. Yeah, that's what people are doing. That's it. Now, maybe not even those particular fans, but the sentiment is that football fans want to go and watch football. We don't want politics to be a part of it, any part of it. Any politics, just get it away. We go in, we watch a fucking match for 90 minutes. It's entertainment. Let us be entertained. And then we can go back out to the big bad world and discuss all that shit. But you can't force fans to agree with something. And if the masses disagree, well, then you are the minority and you have to change to adapt because you're the one creating the problem. Now it's like, these racist chants. It wasn't racist chants. They were booing the fact that they were kneeling.
Just a boo. They booed it. And
I think
people it's just that's bullshit as well. Like, because they won't talk about it, but even in America at the moment, all the fucking charters of the Black Lives Matter, from each city charter, like the Black Lives Matter, Philadelphia, they all have court cases against the organisers, the top people in the Black Lives Matter, because they want to know where the money's gone.
Yeah.
There's no money. There's no money being out. And you know what they get given? They get given the opportunity to sign up and apply for a 500,000 grant for that charter. That's what they get. They don't get any of the money that was raised, the hundreds of millions that were raised. None of that goes to the Black Lives Matter or to the black community. None of it. Yeah. It goes into.
No, but even so, that's the same. So
there's already shit over that shit at the moment. Like, so people realise it's bullshit and they're sick of hearing about it. So they,
you just want this. You want the separate. And the thing is, somebody I can't remember where I've seen it. Somebody made this a point earlier today, and it's completely valid. It's actually a good point. They're saying that if you're doing something like this on a weekly basis, it loses the meaning of what it's for. It just becomes a ritual. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's like, okay, we don't we understand. That, Like the point is being rammed. I mean, as they're saying, everyone just has to sit at home watch the games. We have been sitting at home watching the games, and we've seen it. We're aware. Enough. Just drop it, and then don't let any more politics infiltrate football again. Just don't let it fucking happen. It
just seems to be brought up when it's convenient to be brought up. That's all.
It's just it's like it's so divisive. It's so fucking divisive. Like
it is. Yeah, it does. It divides everything straight down the middle.
It's crazy.
What a fucking ridiculous penalty there.
What score is that again?
It's 0-0, but they've just given a penalty. The ball bounced over the head, and Ward-Prowse has his hand up, and Welbeck has a hand up, and they're both like that. And the ball goes over his head and touches off his fingers, like it bounced. It's up in the air, like it's just in disbelief. He is like, and actually sympathetic with him. Like, it was the most ridiculous penalty I've ever seen.
It's getting silly now with football, isn't it, with all this stuff.
Connor Cody one. Like, the most great dive I've never seen in all my life. The ref is 2 yards away, gives it, goes over, the VAR calls it.
Yeah, but I don't mind that.
No, but he spends 5 minutes looking at it from different angles. It's
like you should have seen after the first look, he had 3 or 4 angles.
Jesus Christ!
Like, and I don't even mind. You see Cody getting billed now. I don't even mind that he got up. Yeah, he didn't ask for the penalty. He never put his hands in the air and said, "I want a penalty." He got the penalty and he goes, "Whatever," and walked off. And I seen Henderson giving out to him and he told him to fuck off. Like, it was like, it's not my job. The computer's going to tell you if it's wrong or right. Like, it's either going to be given or it's not. You know what I mean? But he's not going to discriminate.
It was one of those, you could see in the force. You could see in the force. But you could see in the first replay, like,
I thought it was a penalty first thing when I seen it. But the first replay I seen
his foot back and Cody does and then
first replay was like,
but he doesn't even book him for diving.
Yeah, no. Well,
he spends 5 minutes looking at it from 4 or 5 different angles. It's like, you're literally trying your best to make sure, I'm gonna find contact somewhere. Shit, I couldn't find any contact right.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. He's looking at the first angle and there's no contact, and he wants to see another angle. Why, in case you see contact from another angle?
Yeah, lads. Millwall will keep you on.
Oh, yeah.
Millwall for the fans.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, this is, I'd take you. No, I'd say QPR.
1-1. So you were saying Millwall, he's saying QPR, and I'm saying draw.
I'm just saying Millwall because the fans build the stupidness and all this fucking shit. So
I'm only saying QPR because they've won the last few away games I've actually looked at some.
But I'm saying draw because Millwall are absolute bet killers and QPR are.
I'll probably go with draw myself now, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, 1-0.
Right, what's Jeff saying? 2-2. 4-1. Same boat. Ooh, Barca win. Draw. Right. I suppose I go golden out again, will he?
Yes, sir.
And that's there, huh?
7. Let's do it.
I think this week you'll lose it.
Ah, definitely. Submit
7.
my end. And away we go. Right.
But the good thing about this week is if there's not a goal in the 4-7 minutes, you get another chance because the Champions League matches start at 8 o'clock. So you get another chance then for your, because if say Bournemouth scoring in the 9th minute, but then Chelsea's on at 8 o'clock and they score in the 7th minute.
And 7.
I get what you're saying. It sounded complicated, but then
you've double chance. You've double chance.
Tera, double chance.
You've 3 matches to get it in one goal and 3 matches to get it in another.
Yeah.
Don't let us down.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, so nothing controversial from the weekend. Villa didn't even play.
No.
Arsenal are in trouble.
Arsenal are fucked. Do you think you should bring Ozil back in? I think you should bring him back in. Yeah, bring him back in. Play him.
I don't think it's any difference. And then I think it just becomes the Ozil show. He'll come back in, he'll play good for a few games.
Well,
then you should play them.
Play your best players, like. You play your best players.
He's the most laziest player and he's the most fucking inconsistent player. And he's
he's learned his lesson.
You utilise.
Maybe he has, and maybe he hasn't. He seems happy enough to sit there for another couple of months and pick up his money and go.
Well, one thing I will say, right? I was listening to the John Woodgate and Carragher interview, and Woodgate was talking about when he was at Middlesbrough, and he wanted them to play a certain style of football, and it was quite evident from the first game or two that he didn't have the players to implement the system, so he had to change it. So for me, I'd look at Arteta's situation and say, right, you might be like, right, we're at Arsenal, we're a big club, there's a certain type of football and brand of football that we have to play as expected of us, but then it's also like, you're going to get sacked if you keep going the way you're going.
but I don't think Ozil's a saviour and all that.
No, but you need to play to the strengths of your players rather than forcing your players who aren't good enough to play to the way you want. Sometimes you have to adapt it. Sometimes you need to change certain things because you're like, well, if I had a Patrick Vieira or a Thierry Henry, I could implement this system, but I don't. I have a shite Aubameyang and a crap Lacazette and a fucking bog standard bleeding Granit Xhaka. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need, like, you might have to change the way you play. You might have to put in an Ozil who can change a game with a pass and sacrifice having a Pepe or a Saka or something on the end, or you know what I mean, and play a different system so you can complement him.
I think Ozil's showing you that he has no interest in playing football. Like a footballer that really wants to play football goes into the manager and says, I want to fucking play.
But maybe he has, and just we don't know that yet.
Yeah, like, is that
and then there's a reason for that. The manager just has no interest in him, and that's it. Like, I made a good point on Monday Night Football there that he's not the first manager that's had this opinion. There's been 3 managers that have had this opinion so far. The last 3 managers have had this same opinion. So it kind of tells you that there's something going on there that's not right with him. Like, and I don't think he changes anything there at all. Like, who are you going to sacrifice to play?
Having a player his quality, if he's playing at the best of his ability, he's the best player at that club.
He hasn't played at that ability for the last 4 to 5 years.
Say for our arguments with Pogba, you give out about Pogba, but if Pogba plays anywhere close to the ability that he's capable of, he's one of the best players in the world. We know that.
But again, what's that ability? Because I haven't seen that. What's that game that he's had that's been unreal in the last 4 to 5 years? Even in the World Cup final, he wasn't the best player on the pitch.
And the final,
there was other players who were miles ahead of him, and he got carried through that tournament. That great Paul Pogba that was at Juventus hasn't been seen since he was at Juventus.
If you're going to be silly, there's no point. You know?
Like, he was.
Ozil played well in the cup, in the internationals.
But I
was talking about Pogba.
Quality. Ozil was quality at fucking Madrid.
I was talking about Pogba at the World Cup.
Pogba.
Ozil hasn't been the same player since Wenger left.
I watched every game he played in the World Cup. He was quality in that. He was. Him and fucking Kante in midfield and Matuidi.
Kante was quality. Matuidi was quality.
They all played that part. You couldn't say he was carried through the whole tournament, like.
Well, he wasn't standing out, let's say.
Playing well, and you're looking at him going, fuck, what a player.
I haven't seen Pogba play well. I haven't seen him play well in years.
I said your bias is kind of creeping back in there.
I've watched him. I watch him loads of times. He slows United down. He breaks United up. United are better when he's not there. And that's clear.
In games for United where he'd pick up the ball, he'd play a 30-yard pass onto someone's toe in the box and they'll tap it in. Like,
Jordan Henderson can do that.
Yeah, but
anybody can do that. Fucking anybody can do that. Like, pick a ball and ping it 30 yards. He takes 10 touches of the ball in the midfield and loses it constantly.
I've seen players never do that. Like, you know what I mean? And their whole careers never do stuff like that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I when people talk about when Paul Pogba's at his best, and it's like, what best? You know, that way, like, it doesn't happen enough. And
I've seen him.
Yeah, when at Juventus, he was quality. He was striding through midfield, boasting himself, but he hasn't been at that since.
Yeah,
but too much of a lead.
And my opinion would then go back to Ozil. Like, we've seen how good Ozil can be. He's unplayable when he's fucking at his best. Maybe he just doesn't like Arteta. Maybe Arteta, like, why would you want? You have like a silky smooth playmaker. Why would you want to turn him into a fucking box-to-box bleeding winger? You know what I mean? You play to the strengths of a player. Like, I remember Mourinho at Chelsea, and he had Duff going up and down the wing, fucking, and he'd be bollocks by the time he gets up there. But Duff was able to do it. But then he tried to get Joe Cole to do the same thing, and Joe Cole wasn't the same player. He wasn't a box-to-box winger. You know what I mean?
You're going to lose out on a player that works.
The problem is, though, Curtis, you're losing out on a player that's not working because it's not working at Arsenal.
Yeah, Ozil's not the answer. Like,
No,
he's 41 now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you use your best players. Like, you figure out.
Yeah.
I know, but at the moment, forget about him.
But you know the way Mourinho used to go into a team and he'd pick a player and he'd hang them out to dry. And it was never quite the best player. Now, at Spurs, it's Dele Alli, it seems to be. But he's done it at every club he's been at. And Arteta seems to have dug his heels. Now, I don't know, behind the scenes, maybe Ozil is pouncing around.
He did it to Guendouzi as well, though.
Well, yeah, well, Guendouzi, whatever, he's only a young fella, like, but Ozil seemed to be the one that got it. But the other rumour I'm hearing at Arsenal is that if he plays X amount, a couple of more games, he's entitled to a huge bonus. So
he's already got bonuses and loyalty bonuses and everything like that.
Some sort of loyalty bonus. If he makes X amount of appearances this season, he's entitled to like 10 or 12 million or something like that, and they don't want to give it to him. So you could have that going on.
The same Ozil debate was with Freddie Ljungberg. Same debate was with him, and then he brought him into the team, and it worked for a couple of games. And then Ozil was the one who fucking walked off the pitch, threw the strap one day because he got taken off, fucked his gloves past Ljungberg, and fucking walked up with a strap in his face. He never played again.
There's no denying he does that. Yeah.
Same thing he done with Emery. I think if Arsenal are going to Ozil to fix their problems, they've got bigger problems than they are.
But they're not going to Ozil, but he's an option that they're just not using.
It's an option, but it's a step backwards, really. He needs to
Well, like, they spend huge money on
Look, Aubameyang's not playing the way.
Playing well. They've given Aubameyang a huge contract, and since then he's been dirt. Saka looks like a really good player, but he's still young. So it's a lot of pressure, a lot of game. Like, they have problems there. Their team, they got the Arteta burst, and that's long gone now. And now it's on, can he put a team together that can fucking win games in the Premiership? And at the moment, they can't. So
Carragher on Monday night was going through Arteta Arsenal last year against the top six versus this year. And he took the last 4 games. Liverpool, Chelsea, United and City. Right? And he had won all them games. But he was looking at like how many shots they had compared to how many shots were against them. So they'd had like 3 shots in the Liverpool game and faced 24 and won 2-0. They had like 4 shots in the next game, 3 shots in the next game, 6 shots in the next game, and they won 2-1, 1-0, and 2-0. And then he looked at the Spurs game yesterday. They had 16 shots and they conceded 5 shots.
Yeah,
and
so
they lost.
Tell me they played better.
I was saying last year he played better. He played Jose Mourinho style. He's on the counter attack, and then for some reason yesterday he went out and tried to play football against Spurs, and that's what happened that day.
But then what that would say to me is he needs to learn. Right, he knows how to win them games through counter attack. It's the games he's struggling in is when Arsenal have to dictate the flow of the game. And that's where you need a player like Ozil. When you have 60% possession, you need a better player. He doesn't work for you maybe in the top 6 games, but when you're playing against Burnley or
Brighton, against Brighton and Burnley and all, maybe something like that in games where he doesn't have to work hard.
I think, to be honest, I think the Arsenal fans would be more accepting of them being beaten by Spurs 2-0 if they're also going and beating Wolves and Everton, the other teams that are beating around where they are, and then beat the other teams like fucking your Burnleys, your Brightons, whatever, you know what I mean? They'll be more accepting if you get beat 2-0 by Spurs if you're winning your other bread and butter games. And they're not doing that. And that's what the problem is. So it's compounded when they come up against Spurs and they haven't won in 4 games and they're playing Spurs away. And it's a North London derby, so being beaten in that is bad enough anyway. But when
and the fans' first game back.
Yeah, and on top of that it's you're 5 games now without a win as well, like. You know, so...
Oh, yeah, no, they're in trouble, all right.
Why not, Ozil? Why not? At least come out and explain it, like...
I just think, as a manager, then you're bowing down to the thing that's been your problem all along, you know what I mean?
But as a manager, you have to be able to mediate. You're like, these are all your assets to use, and you have to be able to use them.
But it's not even that. Like, it's not... He's being punished. Do you know what I mean? So, like, Ozil has been punished. So it's not like you just let Ozil walk back into the game after throwing a strop. Like he's been exiled and so on and so forth. Like, so.
And I think at Tetamo, it's you're not going to do the job. You're not willing to do the job that I need you to do to be a player in the team. So that's it. Like same with Gwen Dewsey. He was like, no.
Yeah. I actually thought Gwen Dewsey was a decent player, but it was obviously an attitude problem. But
yeah, he had a little meltdown towards the end of the season, didn't he?
Well, he was kind of, to me, he was one of the players that when they were struggling, he was digging in and dragging them. And so he seemed to carry maybe a bit of an attitude about himself that Arteta didn't like or something. I don't know.
It was after that day he tried to choke Mopey, wasn't it?
Well, that might not help. Yeah.
Yeah. He grabbed Mopey out of the game, wasn't it? And he got sent off.
He's certainly been found out a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just Arsenal are that poor and their recruitment's been terrible and they're struggling.
Supposedly his post-match fucking press talk, he had a meltdown as well. He was getting slated over that.
What, talking to the press after the match, yeah?
Yeah, something like, I don't know what the question was they asked him, but I remember just walking in and hearing him ranting, and then I remember seeing loads of it on Twitter, and he was like, well, it doesn't matter if you're going all out. Like he said, it doesn't matter if you're not scoring goals, you've no chance of winning games. So it doesn't matter if you're playing well or playing poorly. If you've no chance and you've no way of creating chances and scoring goals, you're not going to win games. Something like that. He was just, and he was, I don't know.
Well, you couldn't be happy with the way your team's performing, and obviously,
like they're not playing well either. The players aren't playing well.
Well, all the talk was Thomas Partey was out injured till January, and then all of a sudden he's on the team sheet, and then all of a sudden he's injured.
Well, he cost him the second goal. Did you see that?
Yeah, but like he wasn't right. He shouldn't have been on the park. Like, so you wonder what's going on. The club was a panic. Like, look, just see how you are, and now he could be gone for longer than they would have thought. You know what I mean? Like, there's just it looks like panic. It looks like they're fucking panicking at the moment.
Well, they need a win.
Big fucking problems there, yeah. And do you think Spurs are the real deal?
No.
No.
They were very Jose like yesterday, and I think well, I tell you what, you'll see in 2 weeks when we have them at home, won't they?
Spurs have Liverpool syndrome pre 2019-2020 season.
Winning shit.
Just getting to they're nearly men, you know, in a sort of way. They just haven't got the bottle for it. And because the team, you can say, they changed manager, but you haven't changed personnel in the squad that much over the past few years.
So I will say Højbjerg is a big difference for them in midfield.
But they've always been getting like one or two decent players in and one or two decent players out, whatever that like. But the structure the same.
One thing I will say is
squad is there, and
you haven't really seen Gareth Bale at all. And I wonder if they're there or thereabouts come the end of the season, would he be an important player for them? And if they keep Son and Harry Kane fit, because beyond them, they're fairly average. The rest,
I see them as a danger, all right, as winning that league, but I still think like Liverpool will beat them.
To be honest,
watching them yesterday, I said,
I still think City are they're gonna whirlwind. They're gonna fucking tornado back up to the top of that.
City,
actually Chelsea probably.
Chelsea,
if not Liverpool.
I think Chelsea are more legit title contenders than Spurs, to be honest.
I think Spurs are a little bit ahead of Chelsea.
Do you think so?
I think Chelsea are going to drop points. Like that team is young. They're not quite. It's the first couple. They're clicking now. They look great.
I would agree with that. And like you had at the weekend, Ziyech went out injured and Pulisic came on and Pulisic scores, but they haven't really had time to gel together. Everyone and maybe in the thick run of games with a few injuries, they could struggle a bit. But I like Chelsea. I like watching Chelsea at the moment. They're fucking
so good. They have a lot of players you love watching. Like, especially when
I think every team is vulnerable to that. You get a few injuries.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you look at Liverpool over the last few weeks. It's like 2 centre halves gone and a few midfielders, and you're struggling.
I think every club with the congestions.
Like look at Villa with the Leos bleeding Grealish for 3 or 4 weeks, like
grand.
But Liverpool lose their goalkeeper before the game last week, and they're able to bring a young fella in and pick up 2 wins and 2 clean sheets. You know, it's that slogging on. You know what I mean? Just keep going, just keep winning games. Keep that flow of winning games.
City are going to fucking steamroll their way back to the top of that.
Well, you've United 5th, City 6th, both on the same points, don't you? And they play each other this weekend.
No, it's not Chelsea and United, no.
No, City United played good on Saturday.
Right. I think it's Chelsea and Everton, actually.
Yeah, Chelsea and Everton are on after them. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's interesting. There's lots of good games, and with it seems to be it's more compact at the top, which means there's lots more games that are going to be of great significance. Like,
I think it's better. It's great. It's much better going into Christmas and you're fucking 5 teams separated, or 6 teams separated by 6 points.
You're going to have you'll have a United Liverpool game, and on the same day you'll have Chelsea City or something. And it'll be all like, well, whoever wins will be on top, you know, that sort of thing. Like,
yeah, you're going to have Liverpool Fulham this weekend and whoever Spurs have. And then I think Chelsea, City and United all have tough games then anyways.
Well, Chelsea,
so you'll have them two. Yeah. And then
Villa with our 2 good games in hand.
The following week.
Fuck off.
Yeah, Villa back to the top.
Villa were in that conversation a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we've 2 games in hand. You throw 6 points onto our current score. We're up there in the second.
That's the same. If Southampton win tonight, they're within a point of the top 4, I think so.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Even Leicester got the winning yesterday.
Yeah.
But Villa on 15 points with 9. So if they win, say 1, they go 18 on the same as City and United. Well, United on 19.
2 wins could win the top 4.
Win they're up to where Leicester are in third.
Yeah. It's much better this year around where we were
just taking all difference is actually all right this season as well.
It's going to be a very low win. Like the points tally to win the league this year is going to be very low.
Yeah. Well, like Liverpool have only lost 1 game, haven't they, in the Premier League?
Yeah, but they've drawn 2, haven't they?
Drawn 2, but still drawn 2 and lost 1. 1-7, is it? Out of 11.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different if you don't win your next 15 games on the trot, like that. You know what I mean? But there's going to be so many points dropped. Like we could see Liverpool on a week, say like this, where United and City are playing and Chelsea and Everton or whatever. I could see Liverpool drawn against Fulham. You know what I mean? It's that Fulham. You go and beat Chelsea or whatever, and then you draw against Fulham, and you just fuck yourself up. And Spurs to be playing fucking Brighton and they'll draw or something. You know what I mean?
Like Leicester last week, with us drawing against Brighton, there was a chance for them to jump bleeding level on points with Spurs.
And they lost.
And they go get beaten by fucking Fulham.
You know, so it's gonna be a fun season in fairness, and with so many games all being fucking crammed together. There's gonna be lots of injuries, and like you're gonna have like Spurs will go 4 months without Harry Kane. It's inevitable.
He's going to get that ankle injury.
Like Gareth Bale, you haven't even seen him yet, and I'm sure he'll be out for a couple of weeks injured over the Christmas. You know what I mean? So everyone's going to have that troubles. Like you'll get the same at Chelsea. Werner miss a few games, and it's just it's going to be that way this year. A lot of muscle injuries, a lot of lads picking up fucking nigglies because they're playing too many games.
Makes it interesting.
It makes it interesting, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, he's watching the UFC the weekend.
Last weekend?
Well, last weekend or this weekend, he's going to be watching.
What's this weekend?
It's fucking Ferguson against Oliveira, isn't it?
Still not the 12th?
Yeah, it's the 12th this weekend.
Oh, it is, yeah. I'm a week behind.
Yeah, it's the 7th now, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah, sorry. I was reading something that said December the 3rd on it earlier, so I thought it was December the 3rd for some reason.
You've fucking Ferguson and Oliveira, and you've Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno. And then the week after that now is Wonderboy and Jeff Neal.
Yeah, that's the one I want. That's the one I was looking at.
I want to know is when is Conor McGregor and Logan Paul kicking off?
It's after the Mayweather Logan Paul.
That's not real, is it? I was showing that on the way home by Dylan on Instagram. That's not real.
No, Joe, your man Jake Paul, right? That's his little brother, I think. He's the one that wants to fight Conor McGregor. But he says that he realizes that McGregor would be a few fights away. So next fight so what he says next what he's trying to do is he's trying to fight Dylan Dennis.
Yeah, I seen them try.
Why would Dylan Dennis go into a boxing match with anybody?
He make loads of money. What do you mean?
Yeah.
We get knocked out.
Probably, but you're fighting an amateur, so.
Yeah, unless submissions are allowed.
Yeah,
that's the only way Dylan will go in.
Your man Jake Paul is very very amateur, like it's like
very bad. Like in fairness, your man who he's fighting was like a fucking
basketball player.
Yeah, an NBA fucking dunk champion or something. Not even an NBA, a dunk champion.
Yeah.
So it's like you know what I mean? What you dunk basketball, so you're a good boxer, like.
I don't know. Like,
it's just a joke.
You have to say fair play to them for that little grift.
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't.
They're making bank off this.
Yeah, the Tyson fight done better pay-per-views than fucking McGregor and Mayweather, I think.
It didn't. They were saying that, but it didn't. I heard loads of people saying that that was just promoters saying that they were on to make this, but like they didn't get anywhere near that number. Sure. That's why I was actually seeing people talking about that.
Did you watch it? Did you watch
it? No, I didn't watch it. I stayed up and I didn't watch it.
I had a quick look at it and I just listening to fucking Snoop Dogg talking about boxing. Like
I'm glad I didn't watch it for that. I was watching UFC.
Snoop Dogg was brilliant, this, that, and the other. It's like he's the most ignorant cunt when it comes to, you know, everything's a laugh and a joke. Oh, it's like my two uncles fighting there and all. It's like, that's not funny.
And he's Snoop Dogg. What is Snoop Dogg even doing there? Like,
but like you've fucking Sugar Ray Leonard there, and you've Israel.
Yeah, same boy talking about that.
You've Renola or whatever his name is, fucking doing the commentary. Like guys who were experienced.
Adesanya he was as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, Adesanya and Sugar Ray Leonard. And then you have Snoop Dogg taking over talking about, hitting with the ribs, the barbecue ribs and all this shit. It's like, this is dumb. This is just dumb. I feel dumber listening to you.
Yeah, but like, when you look at the fights, it's a spectacle. The whole thing is, so it's like, why not? Why not have Snoop Dogg referee the fucking fight? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, that's take it for what it is it's a fucking YouTube event.
Yeah,
set up by little fucking soy boys. That's
me. And then listening to people commenting on him and fucking saying that he was doing such a great job annoyed me even further. Like, what? He fucking ruined the thing he did.
I just watched the UFC. It was better, you know what I mean? Like Anthony Smith was better.
On the next day just to fucking have a quick look at it, you know what I mean?
I watched that the boy Joe Joyce fight. That was a fucking cracker, that was.
Yeah, what did he crack?
Yeah, they're two legit boxers though. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, that was but that card was even good. There was a few good fights on that card. But your man Dubois' little hype train got smashed by
didn't it? It didn't they? The fucking got well and truly blade smashed.
Yeah.
Was there a couple of fights this weekend as well, boxing? With Garcia or something?
Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia and Spence.
Was it? Yeah, who won?
Wow. Oh, that's this weekend, isn't it?
It's this weekend, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you watching that?
Yeah, because I seen talk about it. I was like, shit, did I miss that? Was that on this weekend?
There's another one as well.
The one was on the other week. Wasn't Terence Crawford, was it? No.
See, the boxing does be on Thursday nights and all, like, so does Bellator. You'd be fucking all over the shop. Trying to keep...
No, I think Terence Crawford's looking at the bleeding winner of this Garcia out of Spence fight.
Right.
Did he fight last weekend? But
don't know.
It's hard to know with the boxing as well, because you don't see that much promotion with the American fights. Like very rarely you see on BT. Like,
when you want the UFC fights, you just go to UFC. But the boxers, they're all with different promotions and different promoters. And, you know what I mean? You have to fucking be up on top of it. And I don't follow really much boxing personnel
No, it's only when I see it on TV, like this weekend, fucking Garcia and whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, like with the UFC, I'd follow Ariel Hawani and Brett Okamoto.
Yeah,
so you literally
the UFC, you know, and fighting on all the time.
An MMA junkie or something, you have literally every bit of information. But when it comes to the boxing, I don't really follow anyone in particular like that.
It's like the Premier League, isn't it? Like it's every week you have your fucking fixtures out for the weekend. You know what I mean? And you know all the people that are involved because
like
it's hard to know. Like you see, you know, certain people in boxing, and then whatever bum they get thrown that weekend, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't even know who the fucking comes to be. Yeah. Like even say at the weekend, Hermanson and Vittori, quality fight it was. Vittori, like I remember from his first fight with Adesanya. Yeah, he's an animal.
And Hermanson is an animal as well.
Yeah, well, Hermanson, I don't know, I'm fucking still not sure about him. Like he was good against Southampton, he was good in the fitness fight. Yeah. But
the man Vittori's fucking...
Vittori's an animal. He's just a fucking dog, he is. Be interesting to see if he maybe gets another fight and then gets Adesanya again for a rematch. Like, just makes it interesting. He's like, he literally, that was a split decision. He lost to Adesanya. And then he wins his next 3 or 4 fights, but in the meantime, 3 or 4 fights get cancelled on him. Where Adesanya's gone straight up to the top, he's kind of went sideways.
Adesanya is on a different level, but
I know, but he's a tough cunt. Like him and Paulo Costa would be a good scrap. He called him out after it, and then he said, "No, actually, fuck him. I want the belt." But I'd actually like that fight.
Yeah, I don't think he gets to shot the belt yet. I think Adesanya is going to go up in him. When he meant to fight Blachowicz or whatever, wasn't he?
Jan Blachowicz.
He was meant to fight.
Anyway,
I'm bailing out anyway.
We're going to bounce.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
On, yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Shout out to everyone, all you cunts that listen in, and we'll catch us before the weekend or whatever, yeah?